Hi, I'm Shelley Way and I'm here to help you towards your purpose and give you practical, actual, tangible tools to figure out what's happening right now, following the breadcrumbs to lead you towards your purpose as well as your well-being. Today we're going to be looking into, if you're honest with yourself, are you a bit hard on yourself? Should you be a bit kinder to yourself? And today is all about practical, manageable, tangible tools in order to help you unpack what's going on for you and figure out how you can actually be kinder to yourself. There's many things out there and you'll find them all on YouTube that actually explain all the ways you can be kinder to yourself. But if you're like me, you've probably found that hasn't really worked. You try to be kind to yourself, but you feel bad in the process, it doesn't really work out, and then you find yourself in the old routines. So the point of today's video is all about figuring out what is actually going on for you. There's going to be 6 steps for you to follow, and we'll go through those one by one. Number 1, the first step is just to simply list all the ways that you know that you're hard on yourself. You know you are, in all of those simple little ways that you know that you're hard on yourself. For me, I knew that I was hard on myself. I was getting up too early, going to bed too late, hard on myself, powering through, trying to get exercise done when really my body wanted to rest, powering through, doing too much work, going in on weekends. Take the time to write that list first. But once you do, step 2, either why, or why is that, or why is that a problem? And you have to do this at least 5 times for each of the ways that you know that you're hard on yourself. Here's an example of ones that I have done.
The first one, I'd get up too early and go to bed too late. Why? To fit exercise in and try to have enough me time. Why? Because I work too many hours. Why is that? Because I don't prioritise my work enough in my work hours. And why? If I'm in control and happy, terrible things will happen. That is a limiting belief, which is what I've got in bold there. And the next one is not stopping to enjoy my life. Why? I feel tense and always feel I need to be achieving or doing things. Why? I'm scared to relax. Why? I find it hard just to allow myself to relax and be okay. Why is that? When I relax, I feel panic and fear. Why is that? I feel so scared that something terrible will happen if I relax. So this is one of the ways that you dig in to ask yourself why in order to answer each one of your points, in order to find out some of your limiting beliefs. And here are a few of mine. And it continues on. And limiting beliefs are plenty, as you can see, or particular events that happened for me that is now limiting what I choose to do.
So after the 5 whys, you've probably realised a certain limiting belief or a limiting event that took place. For me, my example unearthed a particular event that happened in my childhood. Well, it wasn't my childhood, I was 16 years old by then, but what I had just been all over my life. I was having a great time. I had lost weight. I was all over things. I had lots of friends. We were having a great time together. I was studying. I was top of my class. Everything was going fantastic. And then I moved with my father, who went to a different town that we had lived in before, but I had to stay with family friends, and I just spiraled into the worst depression and nearly dropped out of school. It was that bad for me. So my brain thinks that being happy and settled and content is really dangerous, because my brain thinks my whole world is going to implode. So despite the amount of times I've tried to fix this, this entire episode is about what you do with the emotions that you have, and we are going to defy those in order to be kinder to ourselves. So, therefore, step 3 is how you're going to do that. You now have to list ways that you can actually be kinder to yourself. Now that you've uncovered the limiting beliefs, you are now going to be trying to defy those and putting down how can you actually be kinder to yourself in each circumstance where you knew you were too hard on yourself in the first place. And this is going to take some doing, and you know what they are. You know the things that you could be doing. Here's some of mine.
So this is the list of the limiting beliefs here. If I'm relaxed and happy, really bad things will happen and the cost is too great. I'm powerless. If I'm relaxed and happy, in my element, everything in my life will collapse and I'll be abandoned and alone. So then for each one is, how can I be kinder to myself? And then you list the things here. Mine is to leave work 3 days a week early, book some long service leave, and just do nothing but relax at times.
Now, step 4 is basically, what are the obstacles that are going to get in the way of you actually trying to be kinder to yourself this week? What are the obstacles and how will you overcome those? That's really important, because this week you are actually going to be doing those things in order to be kind to yourself and not so hard on yourself.
So then what habits or obstacles will prevent me being kind to myself? So you list those there just like I have, and then how will you overcome them? This is just an example of what you can do, and as you can see, I've got quite a few more, and you can make the list as long as you like, but I would suggest at least 5 items.
The big mistake that you and anybody is likely to make is just go and do those things. Yes, we're going to be doing those things, but why it is a problem for you to stick to being kinder to yourself is, of course, of those limiting beliefs, which will ensure you feel a certain way and that you will find a way not to be kind to yourself. So we have to get around that. And in order to get around it, we are actually going to do a science experiment this week. And here's the example. We're going to walk you through it. So we're going to write down how we feel before we're kind to ourselves. Then during the time in the middle of when we are being kind to ourselves, and how we feel after having been kind to ourselves. This is a bit of a science experiment, because we are going to try to defy the feelings that are the exact feelings that make us choose to be hard on ourselves instead of kind to ourselves. And we are actually going to be trying to prove to those limiting beliefs or that life-changing event that you can actually look after yourself, be kind to yourself, and things can actually work out for you. So what I've noticed when I do this for me is that before I'm about to do the thing to be kinder to myself, I find that I'm a bit anxious, I'm a bit scared, I feel tense, I feel jittery inside. And then when I'm actually in the middle of actually being kind to myself, part of it feels good, but part of it still feels scary and I still feel a bit anxious or like I'm doing the wrong thing. And then when I have finished, I feel better and I feel more connected. And that's part of the themes that I have noticed, is that I feel more connected to me, I feel more connected to my soul and to other people. And then once down the track after I have been kind to myself, it is proven to me that my world is not caving in because I'm looking after myself. So that is the point. It is defying the original underlying belief or problem that happened in order to keep you in that pattern of being really, really hard on yourself. The reason why I've produced this particular toolkit is because, do you actually think you're going to be able to head towards your life purpose in the direction that you're meant to be going if you are still hard on yourself? The answer is no. And the idea is to give you exact tools in order to unpack what's going on for you right now, dig into the feelings, uncover the reasons behind them, and then change those reasons and start to defy those reasons in order to be more you. And the more you that you are, the more you're available in order to move towards your passions and the reason why you're here and fulfill your purpose. So good luck with that. Remember, the link is below. It's completely free, downloadable. Don't worry, you don't need an email or anything. I won't be collecting your emails. I freaking hate that, don't you? So just go down there. It's free. Click on it and it will head towards something that will actually help open you up and fulfill you this week so you can actually be kinder to yourself. Good luck.